Greetings and God's blessings and favor upon you, and welcome to today's devotional video. I'm going to take at least a break today from my book, Kingdom Power Keys, but I believe we'll carry on with that same theme of the power of biblical praise in this, what I'm calling my Christmas video. Uh, and it's entitled The Cradle, a Poetic Christmas Narrative. It's something that I wrote several years ago, have used it different times, but it's very short, and I can definitely get through this in 15 or maybe even less minutes. But again, it's something that connects with, I believe, the baby Jesus and all the marvels and wonders that Christmas has provided. And so, like I said, it's a poetic narrative. And so I hope you enjoy this, again entitled The Cradle. Called in time and cradled in silence of the night, eternity kissed the face of planet Earth, and love was born in a lowly wooden stable. Coddled by the warmth of a mother's embrace and protected by a father's determined will and strong arms, heaven entrusted its greatest treasure to the world of ruthless rule, indifferent to its momentous and divine intervention. Truly, that Bethlehem town became the cradle of our hopes and dreams and every aspiration as foretold by ancient text and as yearned for by every human spirit. Nestled in an insignificant tiny village, suddenly enlarged by a family and tribal census, there was simply no room for an expectant mother and her child. Roman authority and Jewish law converged to force a couple's inconvenient journey back to the land of their ancestral home. Neither Rome nor Jerusalem seemed to realize that their willful choices gave birth to history's most sublime and cosmic moment. Truly, that Bethlehem town became the cradle of our hopes and our dreams and aspirations, as foretold by ancient text and as yearned by every human spirit. Back in Nazareth's dwellings, unkind and gossiping tongues had wagged and whispered of things too deep for and unknown for their misunderstandings. But the visitation of an angelic pronouncement spoke of a higher collaboration between heaven's plans and earthly celebrations. An encounter so beyond human reckoning and imagination had taken place in the secret place of a virgin's womb, conceived of the Spirit and shaped in fleshly form. Truly, that Bethlehem town became the cradle of our hopes and dreams and aspirations, as foretold by ancient text and yearned for by every human spirit. A child was wrapped by infant coverings of common folk and enjoyed the company of peasant surroundings and the lowly species of the animal kingdom. He arrived as one celebrated by the world he came to rescue, and grew as one unnoticed by the adoring crowds and indifferent populations. Warned by dreams and visions, his son, the son of fame and infamy, remained in obscurity, but was adorned by noble kings and worshipped by the wisdom of the ages. His life was under constant threat by those of corrupted mind and hunted down by the dogs and wolves of those who would enslave man's soul. This son of both divine and human DNA was appointed for death and destruction by those tormented by lust for power and domination. Political and religious manipulation would forever seek this child's death and demise, but every evil intention must bow to divine purpose and God's permission. Prophetic voice had long been silenced by the rigidity of law, and the light of faith had been dimmed by religious form and dead traditions. Spirit life and inspiration was made null and void by the sounds of prideful prayers and the privilege that echoed from both the hallowed halls of worship and the sanctuaries of learning. Spiritual deafness and darkness prevailed throughout the land and forged a world of hopeless and desperate men with hollow hopes and haunted souls. Some have boasted that the cradle of civilization lay between the two great rivers of Babylon, and for human origin, it may well be so. But the cradle of man's inward and destined longings are found not in a place of time of man's beginnings, but in this cradle where God became flesh and dwelt among us. Here the Father deposited a portion of himself and planted an infinitesimal particle of his own essence inside the cell of an ordinary virgin's womb. This child, who was the offspring of David's clan, came from the legacy of mighty warriors and from the rule and royalty of anointed kings. From the generations of Judah's sons and daughters, he was birthed from and for human praise, that he might call forth a kingdom of worshiping priests. His true progeny of blood redeemed would be known as those who would gather every first day to join the ranks of celestial adoration and exuberant earthly celebrations. Was the location of his coming a private wooden structure, or was it the natural wonder of a cave? Our search for such details may forever go unanswered. But this babe of history's most notable manger scene offers far more than our vain inquisition of mundane inquiry or intellectual debate. This child was purposed as the gift of every heart's desire and the priceless offering and destined treasure of every man's eternal and enduring quest. It has been said that it remains forever true that our life upon this earth is measured by the sands of time that fall between the cradle and the grave. Heaven's intervention through this divine incarnation would forever now revise our every human calculation of what may or may not be true. Through this divine and human exchange, the cradle of our birth becomes the cradle of our new beginnings, and the grave becomes the harbinger of our resurrection. This drama we call Christmas from henceforth marks the miracle when sovereign and infinite grace assumed our faltering and finite natures. This child of destiny was the son of promise spoken by the Father through the prophets and forever hailed as the Son of God and Son of Man. His infant cradle contained a prophecy of what must be: wood and nails for crucifixion, a blanket for a burial shroud, and heaven's visitation of angels to awaken a whole new dawn. Truly, truly, that Bethlehem town became the cradle of all our hopes and dreams and aspirations, as foretold in the ancient text, and as yearned for by every human spirit. Amen. This concludes my poetic Christmas narrative. I have written many things, biblical, of these kinds of things, covering several different topics and subjects of Bible in the Bible. But this was my one of them that I have committed and donated to again, my Christmas celebration. Thank you for joining with me today, and God bless you as we are coming upon the conclusion of this year and beginning of a brand new year representing a brand new dawn, just like Christmas. Thank you for joining me, and God bless you. Amen.